This is Duke University.
ABB plays across a broad spectrum of the energy landscape, from solar, wind, coal, gas. The most disruptive thing that we're seeing right now is shale gas. The cost of energy is relatively cheap. That's driving major changes in the industry. The derivatives that come off of shale gas are the perfect feedstock for ethane crackers. So you've heard of the resurgence of manufacturing in the U.S. We're seeing real-time about 10 ethane crackers that are being planned. About $1 trillion of investment over the next 10 years. About 60% of that looks to be in the chemical oil and gas space. It's amazing times. We're seeing new steel plants that no one would have planned, and even discussion of a new textile plant. So these are interesting times in the energy landscape. At ABB, we're a constantly growing company. We just recently had a CEO change. The CEO has been with ABB for some time, so he knows the strategy. In fact, he helped write the strategy. So we are constantly looking at the trends, the macroeconomic picture. What are the geopolitical ramifications of different events going on in the world, legislation and policy. So all these things are on the radar screen. With our new CEO, we talk about profitable growth, relentless execution, business-led collaboration. And so when we see events that play to our strengths, that's the things that we keep on our radar screen. So when I see economic change in the U.S. driven by a policy, that's something that's on our radar screen. When we see new technology that changes our buyer behavior, that stays on our radar screen. So it's almost an all of the above in today's economy. We have a basic criteria at ABB when we look at making investments. We start with the customer. What are the customer needs? We commonly talk about the customer pain points. We then match that against what our portfolio looks like, and we have gaps in our portfolio sometimes to meet those needs. So starting with the customer and understanding what the customer needs are drives our investments. Typically we're looking at filling a gap in our portfolio, whether it be a product gap or a software gap. The criteria that we use, typically smaller investments don't move the needle for a company of ABB size. Occasionally we do the smaller investments because it's critical technology that we could acquire much faster than we could develop internally. Occasionally it's channels, markets, channel to market for our products. Our most recent acquisition was Thomas & Betts, and that came with 6,000 distributors that allows us to move more ABB products to our end users. So sometimes it's technology and other times it's channels. The common theme is customer. What are the customer needs? The innovations that we see when you think about power and productivity, and that's what ABB does. We're an engineering, manufacturing, software, and services company that operates on a global scale, focused mainly on energy and mainly on B2B. And so when we see the innovations that are out there and the way that it affects people's daily lives, I think of when you look at the entire planet and the approximate 1 billion people that don't even have a light bulb, and the ability to bring reliable, low-cost electricity into those areas. That's game-changing. We tend to look at things from a North American perspective, here in the U.S., but the rest of the world, the ability to produce energy cheaply and the impact a single light bulb has on a family is incredible.